In this video, I'm going to share my top 5 Amazon PPC tips and tricks to increase your sales and reduce your ACOS. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay guys, so the first tip is to use dynamic bidding instead of fixed bids. So when you're setting up a new PPC campaign, what you'll see is that Amazon will ask you to select a bidding strategy. Now, most people will just go for fixed bids. And when you select fixed bids, what happens is Amazon will always bid the exact same amount. So if you bid £1 on the keyword laptop stand, every time someone uses a search term laptop stand, Amazon will bid the same bid, £1 every single time. Now, what you also have is two other options, which is called dynamic bidding. So you have dynamic bids down only and dynamic bids up and down. What I would always recommend selecting, and this is the first tip, is always selecting dynamic bids down only. The reason for this is that when you select dynamic bids down only, what will happen is when Amazon thinks you are less likely to convert, so they have loads of data, when they think you're less likely to convert because the customer is someone who doesn't convert very highly, it's a certain time of day or whatever the reason might be, when they think you're less likely to convert, in real time they'll actually reduce your bid. And what this means is you end up spending less on clicks where you're less likely to convert, you have less wasted ad spend, and this can really help bring down your ACOS. Okay, so tip number 2 is to use both manual and automatic campaigns. So what you'll see when you're setting up a new campaign is that you have the choice of either automatic or manual targeting campaigns. Automatic campaigns, Amazon chooses which ASINs and keywords to target. With manual targeting campaigns, you choose. Now, what you would typically do, what I would typically do, is you would do keyword research. You would find all of the keywords that are relevant for your product and that you want to gain organic ranking for, and then you would target those keywords in a manual keyword targeting campaign in both phrase and broad match. Now, because those keywords are in phrase and broad match form, that campaign is going to be really powerful because what it's going to do is it's going to test your ads. It's going to display your ads on loads of different variations on different search terms. So if you had the keyword laptop stand in phrase match form, your ad campaign is going to target blue laptop stand, metal laptop stand, black laptop stand, aluminium laptop stand, and all those different variations because those keywords are in phrase form. The only problem is that when you're doing your keyword research, you're just never going to find all the different keywords that people are using to find your product. Also, over time, language changes. The keywords that people use to actually find your product will change over time. For example, if you're selling a laptop stand, a keyword or a search term that someone might be using to find your product might be computer stand, and you might not have found that when you were doing your keyword research, and therefore it's not in that manual campaign. That manual campaign will never target computer stand. So what you also want to do is set up an automatic targeting campaign here. And the reason why you want to do that is with an automatic targeting campaign, Amazon will actually choose which targets, which search terms and which ASINs to show your ad on. And they're always going to be continuously testing new things. So what this is great for is discovering, finding new keywords, new search terms that people are using to find your product that perform well that you didn't find when you did your keyword research. Another thing automatic campaigns are great for is seasonal period. So let's say that you were selling a men's shaver. You may not have wanted to target Father's Day gifts. You may not have found that when you did your keyword research, but that automatic campaign may test it on Father's Day gifts during those periods, and that can give you an uptick in sales during those periods because it's discovering and advertising your product on new search terms, new keywords that you haven't found before and you didn't even think of adding. So when I'm setting up my campaigns, I always set up 3 campaigns. An automatic campaign, which I call a discover campaign because it's discovering new keywords. A second campaign, which is a manual keyword targeting campaign with all the keywords in phrase and broad match. And I call this a research campaign because it's researching and testing all the different variations of those main keywords. And then I also create a third campaign, which I'm going to be talking about a little bit later in a later on tip. Tip number 3 is to use negative keywords. And this is a great tip for both reducing your ACOS and also increasing your sales by making your PPC campaigns more efficient and targeted on the high performing targets. So when you're setting up your PPC campaigns, what you will see is that you have this negative keyword targeting section here. And this is optional, so you don't have to do it, but I'd highly recommend using it. So you have 2 options. You can add negative keywords in negative exact or negative phrase form. Now there's 2 different reasons why you'd want to use negative keywords. First reason is something called keyword isolation. So when you create 2 different PPC campaigns, you don't want them competing with each other and you don't want them crossing over with each other. You just don't want them targeting the same search terms terms or same ASINs. So if you were to set up a manual keyword targeting campaign with your list of keywords that you found in your keyword research, and you were also to set up an automatic targeting campaign, just like I recommended, but you didn't add any negative keywords to that automatic targeting campaign, what would happen is that naturally they would start targeting the same search terms. They would both start targeting laptop stands, metal laptop stands, blue laptop stands. And what would happen is, number one, they would start competing with each other. And secondly, if you found that maybe one keyword wasn't performing well and you reduced the bids on it, all that would happen is that the other campaign would just take over and start targeting that keyword. Even though you're trying to reduce the bids on it and stop spending money on it, the other campaign would just take over and start targeting as well, because there's so much crossover. So what you want to do is something which we call keyword isolation, which is basically stopping the campaigns targeting the same search terms, targeting the same ASINs. And to do that, we can use negative keyword targeting. So let's say that you were setting up your automatic campaign, your discover campaign. What you'd want to do is come to the negative keyword targeting and select negative phrase. And you'd want to take that whole keyword list, all the keywords that you're targeting in your manual keyword campaign in phrase and broad match. You want to take them and you'd want to add them here and add them in negative phrase form. So all you want to do is just paste in your keyword list here and click add keywords, and it'll bring it over here. And then now what you've done is you've stopped your automatic campaign, your discover campaign, targeting the same search terms as your manual keyword targeting campaign. This will stop the campaigns competing with each other and will also make optimization much easier, helping bring down that ACOS. The second way you want to use negative keywords is to stop your campaigns targeting poorly performing search terms. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So once your campaigns have been running for a while, what you're going to want to do is basically click into your campaign, then click into the ad group. And then once you're in your ad group, on the left-hand side here, you want to click on search terms. And when you click on the search terms section, what you're going to see is all of the different search terms that this campaign has targeted over a certain time period and all of the metrics for those search terms. So the clicks, cost per click, sales, ACOS, and all that good stuff. So what you want to do is you want to come into this campaign and then you want to filter by ACOS so that you have the highest ACOS search terms at the top here. So what you can see is I have some really high ACOS search terms in this campaign. So what you're going to want to do is look at the highest ACOS search terms. These are going to be the search terms that are performing badly for your campaigns, the ones that are bringing down the overall ACOS. And you basically want to select these, all of the ones that are quite a bit higher than your target ACOS, and then you want to select them and then you want to click add as negative keyword. And this time, instead of negative phrase, you want to make sure that you select negative exact and then click add negative keywords. The reason why you want to select negative exact instead of negative phrase here is that if a specific search term is performing badly, so let's say that blue metal laptop stand is a search term that's performing badly, I only want to stop the ad targeting that specific search term, and that's why we add it as negative exact instead of negative phrase, because if we added it in negative phrase, all the different variations of that one we add as negative phrase would also be negative out, and the campaign will stop targeting those as well. But we only want to negative out and stop the campaign targeting that specific search term. By negativing out all these poorly performing search terms, what you're doing is removing all the search terms that are driving up the campaign's overall ACOS. So what this is going to do is bring down your campaign's ACOS, which is great, but what it's also going to do is it's going to focus that ad spend on your better, highly performing search terms, which is also going to increase sales. Tip number 4 is to create what I call a performance campaign. A performance campaign is a manual keyword targeting campaign that only includes your best performing search terms in exact match keyword form. So what you want to do is create this performance campaign. So like I said, this is a manual targeting campaign, a manual targeting keyword campaign. And then when you get to the keyword targeting, you want to click enter list. You want to unselect broad and phrase, and then you want to enter a list of keywords here in exact match form. So what keywords do you select? Well, if you come back to the search term report for your automatic campaign, your discover campaign, and also your manual keyword campaign in phrase and broad match, which I call your research campaign, then what you want to do is again select search terms, but this time instead of filtering the search terms by the highest ACOS, you want to filter these by the lowest ACOS, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to find the search terms that are performing best for your product. These are the search terms that are generating the most sales, that have the lowest ACOS. These are the ones that are performing the best for your product. So what you want to do is find these, and unfortunately here you can't select anything here, so you want to find these and then you just want to select them and copy them. then come over here and then you want to just paste them in one by one into this section here. Again, make sure that you've selected exact only, and then you want to click add keywords. And what you'll see is it will add them all in exact match. And then just as I mentioned earlier, you want to go into your other two campaigns and actually paste those keywords and add them as negative exact keywords to those campaigns. Just like I was saying earlier, you want to do that to stop the campaigns actually crossing over and targeting the same things, keyword isolation. So why do you want to create this performance campaign that has all of your best performing search terms in exact match form? Well, essentially it's to give you more granular bid control. So let's say that you're targeting the keyword laptop stand in phrase match form. That keyword is going to target loads of different search terms. It's going to target laptop stand, blue laptop stand, metal laptop stand, wooden laptop stand. And what you'll find is some of those search terms perform badly, just like I showed you. So what you can do, just like I showed you, is you can negative out those poorly performing search terms, and that's going to make that keyword actually perform better. But even if you do that, that keyword's still going to be targeting a range of search terms, and some will perform better than others. And the problem with that is that, let's say that phrase keyword's ACOS is a bit higher than you want it to be. You can actually drop the bid to bring that ACOS down, but what you're doing is you're dropping the bid across all of those search terms, and some are performing better than others. So by creating this performance campaign, what you can do is you can take the best performing search terms and actually take them out of that campaign and put them into an exact match campaign where they're only targeting that exact search term, and when you can actually adjust the bid on that exact search term, and this gives you much more granular control. So over time, what you want to end up with is a performance campaign that's full of all of the search terms that are performing best for your business, all of the search terms that are driving sales and also have a really low ACOS, and then you can open up the budget on that campaign so that it can really drive sales at a low affordable ACOS. Okay guys, so the fifth and final tip is to use placement optimization. Okay guys, so if you click into one of your campaigns and then just under ad groups, you click on placements, what you'll see is these three placements: top of search, rest of search, and product pages. So when you're advertising on Amazon, what Amazon does is it advertises your product, your sponsored listing, in what they call three different placements. One which they call top of search, rest of search, which is anything in the search results that's obviously not top of search, and then on your competitors' product listings, which they call product pages. And your campaigns, your ads are going to perform better for certain placements and worse for other placements. So what you want to do and what you can do is actually optimize the bids for those specific placements. So what we can see here, so this is an example of one of my campaigns, and what you can see is that for this campaign, my ACOS is 31% for top of search, 33% for rest of search. So these are both performing quite well. However, product pages is 62%. So product pages is performing significantly worse. It's performing half as well, and top of search and rest of search are performing twice as well as product pages. Okay, so let's say in this example, my target ACOS was 40%. Looking at these three placements, what we can see is that product pages is over my target ACOS at 60%. So in an ideal world, I'll be able to reduce my bid for those placements. Unfortunately, Amazon hasn't introduced that feature. Amazon, if you're watching, please introduce that feature. We'd love it. But unfortunately, I can't do that. So I'll have to leave that as it is. However, rest of search and top of search are performing significantly well for me. They're actually under my target ACOS. So what I could do here is I could actually increase the bids for rest of search and top of search. So I could add let's say a 20% bid adjustment. So what Amazon will do is they'll actually bid 20% over my standard bid for these two placements, which obviously means that basically I am being more aggressive on the placements that perform well for me, which is going to drive sales on the highly performing placements. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. You're thinking, Luca, you told us this video was going to help us reduce our ACOS. By doing this, we're going to increase our ACOS. Now that's true, but what you can do is you can then, in a few weeks' time, you can actually go into your keywords and you can actually reduce the bids on your keywords. So by doing that, what you're doing is you're effectively keeping the ACOS pretty much the same for these two placements, and you're actually reducing the ACOS on the product pages placement. So let's say you reduced all of your keyword bids by 20%. That's going to reduce your product pages ACOS by 20%, but because you're bidding 20% more for rest of search and top of search, you're essentially bidding the same keyword bid for these two placements, which would maintain the ACOS here. So that's the fifth and final little trick for you guys. So guys, I hope you found the video helpful. As always, if you did, let me know in the comments. Consider subscribing, give the video a like, and I will see you in the next one.